Ever wondered why siblings who once played with each other stop talking as adults? It does not always start with hatred, basically, but it starts way smaller than that. So basically, one child gets more responsibility, and one child is mostly showered with love and protection or affection. One is often called strong, the other is often, claimed to be sensitive as compared to the other, and no one notices that starking differentiation made by the families back then. But when one sibling starts feeling unseen and another feels attacked, and slowly they stop seeing each other as allies, they start seeing each other as opponents instead. Years may pass, but this slight indifference and unfairness turns into a silent resentment or rivalry, unspoken comparisons, unresolved anger. Now don't get me wrong, now every disagreement isn't just about the moment. It carries years of you were always favored and you were always against me. And one fine day approaches where they don't even quarrel with each other, and they just don't fight with each other anymore. They just drift apart for the sake of their own happiness and mental peace. And then parents often say, why are my children like this? The thing is, it was never about intention, or it was never about parents. Because whether it was intentional or not, the damage made by the parents and the family felt the same. And in the end, it's not just two brothers or sisters who lose each other, but it's the loss of an entire family that breaks quietly. And most importantly, it gets easier for the either of the sibling who is more favored or the one who is not to put the blame on the sibling rather than the parent, because parents are seen as a figure who can't be right or wrong. They're always right. So the aggression is mostly directed towards the one who's favored, that you are the one who stole the spotlight from me, and it gets easier for them to kind of shift the blame and not take, I would say, responsibility of what the parent or the elder has done to them. But as if we do not solve or resolve these personal issues as kids, this is going to create a huge rift up among the siblings. And then families don't even have the right to claim that, what, they were very fine as they were kids, and suddenly they just drifted apart, and as if they have no role in it. Sometimes people do it intentionally, sometimes they just do not have any idea what's going on. But at the end of the day, it does not matter if it was intentional or not intentional. At the end of the day, you were successful in creating a rift apart and creating separating both the child.